Once again, I am Taiwo Olaweyemi. Just to help us to familiarize ourselves with one another and to set the ball rolling, it would be good to know where we are watching from or listening from and what our expectations are for today's session. You can type in the comment section or you can unmute yourself to speak. I think I'll start with Dolapo Oloro. Let's hear from you. What are your expectations for today's session? Where are you listening from? Dolapo Oloro, would like to hear from you, Ma, where you're listening from and what your expectations are from today's session. Okay, well, Dolapo is trying to unmute herself. Let's hear from. Okay, Dolapo. All right. Please shoot, Ma.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dolapo.
Okay. Oh, good evening.
Pharmacy student from University of Lagos. It's so nice to be among great minds like this for this wonderful session. So I hope to learn more about community pharmacy and ways I can engage myself in community pharmacy and skills that I can build on to gain myself traction in community pharmacy. Thank you very much.
Fantastic, fantastic. They say catch them young, right? So it's so good to see a pharmacy student who is very interested in retail pharmacy join this session to gather knowledge. So good, so good. Samira Abubakar, let's hear from you. Your expectations, you can type in the comment section. Dayo Adeyemi, let's hear from you, sir. Okay, Samira is unmuting herself. Okay, please shoot, ma.
Good evening, all.
Good evening,
it's a pleasure joining this forum today. I had been practicing as a community pharmacist for more than 26 years.
Wow.
So I want to see or hear what is new. Because the old practices are in recession now. I will not hide it from you. So I want to see the new innovation so that I will now use it to promote my premises and then teach other community pharmacists on how to improve. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love it. Practicing for almost 30 years, that is. And you're here open to knowledge, ready to soak it all in so that you will not only learn for yourself to impact your practice, but also share the knowledge with other people. That is fantastic. So good to have you here. You didn't tell us what.
From Kaduna.
Where are you listening from?
Kaduna.
Oh, what a right guess. Good. So good to see you here, Ma. Okay, we've heard, let's have a male, gender equality, and one for gender equality. Larry Shadia. Is that going to be a male or female? Not sure. Okay, let's hear from you, Larry Shadia. Larry, okay, Larry has typed in the comment section. Good. Joining from Lagos, looking to learn the latest practice and management techniques in community pharmacy. So good. So good to see you. So good to hear from you. Fantastic. Okpeyemi Orioye, let's hear from you. Where are you listening from or watching from, and what are your expectations for today's session?
I'm sorry, I'm in a noisy place, so I just want to listen on, please. Thanks.
Okay, unable to speak. All right, that's all good. Emmanuel Asibo, let's hear from you. Where are you watching from or listening from, and what are your expectations for today's session? Emmanuel Asibo. Is Emmanuel unable to speak? If Emmanuel is unable to speak, we've got another Emmanuel. Emmanuel Joshua, let's hear from you. What are your expectations from today's session? And where are you watching from or listening from? Where are the Emmanuels in the house? So?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We can hear you.
From Zubika Emmanuel. I'm from Emmanuel. I'm listening from Nasarawa State.
Today's session.
The topic is intriguing. So I'm just here to learn what is untapped opportunity.
So good. So good. So you were attracted by the topic. Indeed. And I hope that I trust that your expectations will not be dashed, that you not only learn more than you have ever imagined, but learn enough to even put into practice and share with other people as well. Indeed, today's topic is intriguing. It's going to be a very interesting one, and it's focused on the white space strategy. How can we be innovative in retail pharmacy? The world is revolving, healthcare is changing, the business of healthcare is changing, and indeed the business of retail pharmacy world over is changing. And you cannot afford to be left behind, whether you're in Nasarawa, Kaduna, Imo, Cross Rivers, Lagos, Ogun, wherever you are. It's very important that we are up to date with global trends, and we are able to cascade such innovation to our practice in our local communities, so that we can not only improve patient care and advance access to quality and affordable healthcare, but also generate revenue, increase revenue in our retail pharmacy. And I believe that today's session will help us to be able to tick all of those boxes. The white space strategy, exploring untapped opportunities in retail pharmacy. And our facilitator for today is someone who has displayed innovation through her career trajectory and even through the current business where she leads. Pharmacist Abimbola Adebakin. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Advantage Health Africa, that many of us are aware of. Advantage Health Africa is a health tech company with a portfolio of companies that include the award-winning My Medicines, My Pharmacy, Advantage Pharma, My Advantage, and many more. And together as a group of companies, we are addressing the problem of limited access to quality and affordable medicines. Pharmacist Abimbola Adebakin has had a very, very interesting career, from consulting at the Financial Institutions Training Center, FITC, Accenture, and even her career at the Tony Elumelu Foundation, where she served as the Chief Operating Officer, where she led the operations, redesign, and sustainable implementation of the $100 million multi-year Pan-African Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. I know that many of us are familiar with the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program. She graduated from the University of Lagos, so good to see a UNILAG student here. So you've got a senior colleague to look up to and to learn from. She also got her MBA from the University of Lagos. She's currently on the advisory board of a number of companies, including Hallmark, HMO, HCP Link, and many others. She's an accredited master trainer. So it's such an honor to have this master trainer, global speaker, speak with us for free out of her very, very busy schedule. She's a global trainer for the Global Forum IFC Board Training Program for Board Directors. And she is a member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria. She is a consultant with the World Bank, African Agribusiness Incubation Network, and the African Development Bank. Such a rich profile, right? For someone who is a pharmacist and who has been able to blaze trails in healthcare, in pharma in particular, and beyond. And it's such an honor to have this person who is an alumnus of the African Women Entrepreneurship Cooperative, someone who is a Bayer Foundation awardee and a winner of the Google Black Founders Fund. Teach us today. She's very keen on entrepreneurship development, and that's why today's topic is actually very dear to her heart. And she'll be giving her all to us today, sharing with us from her wealth of experience and expertise in entrepreneurship development, business building, business sustainability, and human capacity development. Ladies and
Good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can, ma'am.
Okay, I was wondering if I was the one that had the frozen network. I think it's on Tyler's end.
Yes.
All right, thank you all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming in early. This session, I hope, will run through quickly and we will be done by 5:30. The purpose really is for us to share some thoughts. You know, sometimes you look around and say, what are the thought processes in the minds of these people or those people that is making them produce this kind of results? I believe a man is made up of his thoughts. First of all, thoughts. We produce what is in our hearts, so that, you know, like from an abundance of the heart, you know, what comes out of our lives, what is manifesting is really from our thoughts. So one of my goals today is to inject you with some of the thoughts that I have, you know, been driving myself, but also the kind of thoughts that we embrace at Advantage Health Africa, such that we're producing some results. I know every person that is a business owner will always say we want more results. We're producing some results and we want much, much, much more. And so I'll just share some of the thoughts that with us that we can share with you. Thank you very much, Larry Shadia, for joining in first. You were quite early, so you're an early bird. There's a gift for you. So please just share your phone number and network, and Taiwo will send you a gift right after the session. I like people who come in punctual or who come in, you know, in a good time, and he was the very first. I wish we could give everybody a gift, everyone that came in ahead of 4. So let's start on that good note. There are other gifts, don't worry. So maybe if I ask questions and people answer well, I'll be able to share a few other gifts. One of them is the gift of time. I told Taiwo that this is my last pre-Zoom session. I'm not sure people appreciate things that are given free. But when they go out of their way to probably pay for it or, you know, achieve it or, you know, get it by some, you know, quest, probably they appreciate it much better. So this is my very last free Zoom session. But there are sessions that are going on in a group called the My Pharmacy Growth Hub. And those sessions are aligned around your structure, your service, as well as your sales. And if you want those sessions absolutely free again, please join the My Pharmacy Growth Hub. It's free to join right now. Is there any member of the My Pharmacy Growth Hub who is here? Just indicate in the chat area that you are in the Growth Hub. I want to see 1 or 2 people here. Please indicate that, yes, you're a member of the My Pharmacy Growth Hub. Okay, all right. There are a few people. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for indicating. And thank you for confirming you can hear me. Sometimes speaking behind these laptops, you get a bit, you know, discombobulated when there's an issue. I will share my screen, and I've heard some of your expectations. I believe that, yeah, those expectations are good, and I believe that some of the content here will address some of your expectations. Not all, but some. So I use this deck of slides to guide my thoughts and guide myself. Thank you very much, Taiwo, for helping out with producing them. So Whitespace, what is Whitespace? Anybody who has an idea of what the Whitespace is? I'm sure some of you have Googled it, so I'm expecting answers. Quickly, please, what is Whitespace? Unmute yourself and speak, please. 1 person, 2 people. What's the Whitespace? Don't be distracted by Pharmacist David's picture. Anybody Who has an idea what a white space is? Go ahead. If you know me, you know that I may not continue until you answer.
I believe a white space is
Yeah.
the untapped, the untapped environment.
Okay. It has to do with an environment. Yes, you're true. And it's untapped, it's unexplored. It hasn't yet been well harnessed. Some people in a book would write blue ocean. I'm sure some of you have heard blue ocean strategy, red ocean versus blue ocean. Some of you might have said, oh, green, it's an area that is still green. Green versus brown. They'll say, oh, brown field. That means they've been tapping oil from that field for so long. But when they discover oil in another place, they say, oh, it's green field. It's like virgin land. It's not being tapped, extensively. So it's still green. So it could be called blue ocean. It could be called green land or green field. It could be called white space. It exists all around us and in all sectors. The purpose of discussing it here is how do we as pharmacists, especially at the community level, how do we tap into the white space of where we're operating? And it's so vital that we discuss this because typically, when you are involved in the operations of a business, typically, when you are involved in the operations of a business, you tend to look into their operations, you're micromanaging, you're absolutely immersed in the operations and in the business. It takes something else for you to look up and see more. It takes maybe a retreat. It takes a training, a webinar. It takes an accident. It takes a loss of revenue. It takes something to draw up your attention. For some people, it takes an illness. They fall ill, they're there in their room, their bed, they can't move around, and they have to calm down and think. That reflection tends to happen from an external force. But we are trying to enjoin ourselves to take time out to look at the white space where there are unspoken, unmet needs. They're typically unspoken. They're usually not known. People don't quite know to describe it, but it's a need. It's a yearning inside that they're feeling, but have not been able to articulate it. When they are beginning to articulate it, it's probably no more white. They're beginning to say, oh, like in that sector, like in that sector. There's probably no more white in your own sector, but you might be lucky, it's still white, but it hasn't yet been translated into reality in your own sector. So you are an early bird. So 2 things I want you to write down is see more, but see early, see before. See more, that's look up, stop looking down all of the time. And looking down is not bad. It's just that is the nature of micromanaging. That's the nature of being involved in operations. And if you know the nature, if you are aware of the nature of something, all you have to do is, self-regulate. It's just like saying, I love to drink alcohol. But you know the nature of alcohol is that after a while, you get drunk. So nobody really has to tell you to take it easy and know when to stop. So for some people, they know, okay, at the 3rd bottle, I'm gauged, I'm good. Anything above, I get drunk and I misbehave. So they self-regulate. So if you know that nature of being involved as an owner manager of a pharmacy or of any business is that you hardly find time to look up, then you will intentionally, maybe you put it in your diary, maybe you schedule retreats, maybe you set up a system where you and your colleagues, you and your staff, you and your co-owner, you and your spouse, whoever is there out supporting you, you schedule in white space time for you to reflect, time for you to think of unmet, unspoken customer needs. Because those are the areas where you begin to spark innovation and you begin to set yourself aside. You begin to leave the pack. You must leave the pack. You must. You cannot be ordinary and expect that the forces around will not cause you to shrink. Impossible. It's impossible. You must be extra. You must be extra. You must just give extra for you not to shrink from the normal forces that cause things to contract. So you need to see more, but not just see more, because now it's not just about seeing more. Now it's about seeing before. You know, I remember a time when, I left my cushy management consulting job, but I said, I want to come and open a chain of pharmacies, like 50 branches, 50 branches. Then the largest chain of pharmacies in Nigeria had 7 branches. That was MedPlus. It had 7. And I thought Nigeria should be able to, do with 50 branches. And I came out and I could only get 3 and gave up. Normal forces try to contract you. It's a given. Now, when you know it, you will not fight. You will not quarrel. You will not be angry. You will not be upset. You will say to yourselves, let me anticipate things that want to cause me to squeeze and be crushed so that you are ahead. You are before. So you see before. In trying to not be contracted, guess what? You begin to go into a land of innovation because you're trying to think out of the norm. So Whitespace thing is a process used to uncover opportunities. You may discover new markets. You may just discover, you mean these people here, they have a need for this? Nobody will tell you. It's unspoken, unmet needs. You need to find it out. It could be a product or a product improvement. It could be a product that is existing or a new product, and you'll be wondering, how come nobody else has done it before? I know how people fear when they realize, hey, what I'm doing, nobody else has done before. Are they all stupid? Is it that, I'm the one that is crazy? Sometimes we fear, we cower, we stay closed because nobody else has done it before and we don't want to look like a fool. My dear colleagues, men of pharmacy, let's join hands to look foolish. Let's join hands to look foolish. Because I tell you, you can get contracted. It could be avenues to grow sales, to upsell, cross-sell, the same effort, and you're finding more revenue. And there's no one running a business that is in need that says I'm not in need to make profits. I want to know one person that is in business and says, I am in this business, but it's not for profit. Come on. The person is either being kidded or is kidding somebody. Someone is either, confusing you or you are trying to confuse someone. That's why people who are in it for business, they tend to do better. They tend to think clearly. They tend to think sharp. And we say, oh, I'm in it for the practice. Then don't practice as a business. Practice as a professional, as a consultant. Run a one-man consultancy. Don't put product, consult. And in this for, the pharmaceutical consult, that's the part. Then don't open a business. Set up a consulting practice. And quite honestly, that is an option. And the whole world has seen now that it is a viable option. It's just that sometimes we kid ourselves. We try to run a personal, professional practice or being available as a consultant to give advice and guidance. And then we open up a premises where there are products that need to move. And we say we're doing this, but we are in fact doing this. And they don't gel. So there's a confusion and we're sending out wrong messages. I hope this is clear to everyone. Is there anybody who agrees with me or disagrees? I want to see 1 or 2 comments in the chat area. If you agree, why? If you disagree, why? Let's just start from there. 2 or 3 comments. Why? Samira, why do you think I'm correct? I will wait. I will wait for 2 or 3 comments. Because there's no point in, speaking when you're not engaged. No point. I appreciate the post so far, but I need you to back it up. I like someone who has said it is possible to do both. In doing both, you don't mix it up. You are clear what you are doing and how you are making money. You have to be clear what you are doing and how you're making money. Someone says, I have a question. Does that mean one cannot combine running a pharmacy outlet and then consulting for other firms? Oh, no, this is different. I'm not talking about consulting for other firms. I'm saying when you have a pharmacy business, what are you doing with that business? What are you doing with that business? A pharmacy that is a business is meant to send certain signals out. A sole proprietorship, which is what I'm referring to as your own singular consulting, that I'm a pharmacist equipped with knowledge of pharmaceutical care. I am rendering pharmaceutical care and you get paid for that. That's different from setting up a pharmacy business. But many times we confuse one for the other, or we try to combine the two, and we're not successful yet. We're not successful yet. We're not successful yet. It's confusing. Someone said, according to the ebook, the book E-Myth related, that you are good at something does not mean you should open a business. Samira said, because we become confused, I think the practice should be done with goals to be achieved and services to be provided. We'll get there. But I just want to, I said all this to try to let you know that they are separate. Now, if you want to combine them, you must learn how. Do not assume that they will not be easily combined. My pharmaceuticals, care and all will be rewarded. And my business that is here, making medication that is genuine, available right at the corner of the street for everybody in this area will also be appreciated. Too many times we assume that our business will fly simply because we've done it up nice, the premises looks beautiful, but there's no commensurate patronage. If you're a pharmaceutical care expert, what is your area of expertise? What will make somebody jump on a plane and come to you? What will make people queue and take up space on your calendar? You know that scheduling app. They will quickly go to it. They will see that you have 30 minutes on Tuesday between 4 and 4:30 and book it. And the thing will say, boom, then direct you to somewhere where they'll pay. Boom, they'll pay your 2,000 naira or your 4,000 naira. Boom, and they are eager to meet you. What is it? How many of you are using a scheduling app with a payment gateway to reward you for a pharmaceutical care? How many of you? Just indicate on the chat. I'd love to see it. I'm waiting. Hello. Not yet. Okay. Am I making sense? We have to get somewhere. We have to know what we're rendering, what we're offering, and we need to be rewarded for it. Now, I'm not saying that, oh, stop what you're doing and start a new thing. I'm just saying explore, find out what is possible. Find out what is possible. Someone just reached out to me as I was preparing for this meeting. Ah, hello, ma. How are you, ma? Oh, ma. Hey, ma. I didn't even remember who she was. She just said, oh, I've seen all your awards. Well done. We're following your footsteps. So I just, how you ask a question to try and before you go and say, who are you? I try to say, oh, how are you doing? What are you doing currently? I thought I'd figure out from what she's doing who she is, because her name was right there on my screen, but I didn't remember who. And she said, oh, my business is still running in Lagos, but I'm now in the US. Please, can you give me Dr. So-and-so's number? You gave it to me before. I lost it. I'd like to enroll my mother on a services rendering. I hope that he will take her on. I smiled immediately. I gave her the number. That's somebody who has used his service and turned it into money, and people seek to pay for it. Service, no product. I know it's exactly no product because we are the ones that feel the product. When they now need to give them product, they will write it, connect us, Shola and Co will do their magic, and the product gets there. The person using it doesn't even know my medicines or no advantage, or they just know product gets to them because and they're paying for it, paying for it, paying for it from the abroad and locally here. Elderly patients. They're not even patients. Elderly people. Who is paying you? Let's even say you have 4 clients, just 4, and they are paying you 50,000 a year to see and do something, pharmaceutical care for their parents. Oh, no, forget parents. Somebody's got that covered. Okay, for special needs patients or people that have special needs. So the medication that they use, combining with whatever, and pharmaceutical care, and use that expertise for all the families that have children with special needs. We saw the beautiful video of Ahmed a few days ago, showing that he can beat ADHD, all the conditions that he has, and he's thriving. Again, as I was preparing for this slide, someone said, "Ma, I just saw your status. Sorry. There was a medicine I saw for autism. There's a medication we have that we distribute that is great for autism, DHA plus." She wanted the name, and I told her DHA plus. She's placed the order, they'll deliver to her because she's got an autistic child. How many people are checking your status for your expertise? Sometimes they don't even know how to articulate the need, but it's an unmet, unspoken need. Unmet, unspoken need. Thank you, Taiwo, for doing the work of the Lord, because with Calendly, you can connect it to a payment gateway, and simple. You've set up something to people who register for your time and pay before you see them. I hear pharmacists tell me, oh, but when they come into the pharmacy, they don't pay. They don't pay because we're not positioned for it. Let them pay before they come. Try it and get just 4 patients. Just 4. Not asking you for 30. Just 4. Because you must have something they are coming for. Some specialization, some expertise, some subject matter that you have become the one that people are saying, go and meet. Is it for gout? Go. Is it for Gary? Go. Or Eba? Sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't reason. You know what you say? Is it for? That's what we all say now. So sorry. Right. Let me move on. Innovation is really the lifeblood of every successful business. Whatever I say in the next few slides, I hope that these opening statements resonate with you. You cannot sit back and allow those forces that squeeze to come and squeeze us. We will be squeezed. You have to be intentional and say, I will not be squeezed. Otherwise, you'll be squeezed. That's why many pharmacies are dying. I mean, pharmacy businesses are dying. They're being squeezed by the natural forces that are squeezing others, but they are resistible. You are allowing yourself to die. You must find white space in your business. You must check your current offerings and say, okay, what can I innovate upon? How I offer my customers. At my medicines, I'm charging them, okay, what can we do with our deliveries now? What can we do different? There are people that need a certain service. What can we do? A friend of mine just says, oh, I just saw an advert in the UK. This is what they do. Can you guys try it? And we're trying it. We must innovate with our current offerings. Then there are offerings that you haven't even started. New audience, new clients, new patients require it. Consider targeting a different part of your audience. So you've been seeing all the families in your neighborhood. Have you started focusing on all the small businesses in your neighborhood? Your physical neighborhood. I'm not even talking about using remote platforms to get others from outside. I'm saying your neighborhood. What way have you audited who is in your neighborhood and start offering services to them? Start with first aid. Start with coming to tell them, pharmacists are in your neighborhood. This is what we do. This is what you need. We're here for you. Start with saying, oh, we can offer you drug utilization assessment service. Call it something. But when you come there, you say all of them should bring their medicines to the office because they leave home at 5, they get home at 11. Nobody has time to take care of themselves. When they come to the office, you do something for them. Have we done that? Oh, we did it. We did it in 2018. Come on. They're doing it for money. You will schedule it. You will do it periodically. If it's 2 businesses you do, you will do. You will start with 2. It will grow to 3. It will grow to 8. It will grow to 20. If it is for money, but many of us are doing it for charity. You know what are doing it, let's just do, so that they don't say we're not doing community engagement. Isn't that what we do? Find white space in your business using customer feedback. Customer what? Customer feedback. But guess what? This year, you've not conducted any customer feedback. Or have you? Please, can you indicate in the chat area any customer feedback you've done this year, just to try and research how customers fit your offering into their day-to-day lives? Or is this in your pharmacy, the first pharmacy they will come to, or they come to you because there's no other pharmacy, or they would go to the one near their office and not, which pharmacy have they used in the last 3 months? Or, when they came the last time, did they wait so long? Or when they came, were they delighted to come, or they were just okay, or they were upset? 3 questions, 4 questions. I'm waiting for those who have done a customer feedback survey this year, 2022. This is the last but 1 weekend of Q3. So from next weekend, boom, we're jumping into, in fact, this is the last weekend because October 1 is Saturday, right? Yeah, beautiful. So we're jumping into Q4. There's no Q5. There's just 1 more quarter. So we've done 3/4 of the year. How many customers? Let me see. None. None yet. Please, can you write none yet? Not no. Harriet, not no. Write none yet. Or IB, no customer finish. None yet. Beautiful. None yet. Because you still got Q4. I'm not here to spread the gospel of doom or gloom. I'm here to ginger you because these are things you can do. They are simple things. You are too intelligent. You pharmacists, when you were entering pharmacy school, your JAMB score was high. You guys are intelligent. So it's not a question of intelligence. It's not a question of assimilation. It's not even a question of, not being able to interpret what is being said into action. You know how to do it. All of you can use Microsoft. You can quickly go on SurveyMonkey, do an electronic survey and put it in the WhatsApp group that you set up for at least 200. You know, WhatsApp allows 500 now. The WhatsApp group you have for customers, put it in there and say, oh, we would love to give you more services, but please fill this for us. And the 3 best survey responses will win 2,000 credit from us. Let's see whether you will get feedback from 10 people. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, thank you.
Hello.
From customer feedback, just throw in something that says, will you like us? Just throw in something, I don't know it, but just imagine, would you like us to call your parents to check their medication once a quarter? And then say, no, don't bother. My parents are fine. They understand all the 4 types of ibuprofen that they are giving. They know that they shouldn't take all of them at the same time when they have back pain. Don't worry, don't worry. You know, my father, I'm sure you've heard this before, my father then would have all sorts of sons and daughters coming from abroad. They will bring, nice, shiny American packs of medication, lovely, big, 120 caplets of vitamin whatever. Another one high-strength vitamin C. Another one, all sorts of medicine, that basket full of medication. And they thought they were doing him good. But you know what they were doing? They were just fortifying him with overdosing. So when he has pain, he will take this, take that, all the same medicine, overdose. Then they have kidney issues as well. Double whammy. And somebody will tell you, I don't want you to call my parents. Where? Have you asked them and told them you can do it? Have you even told them, oh, all the people that are over 60, we do you a 1 day, a 1 visit per month to you at home so we can see how you are using your medicine and we can advise you. Home care. Home care. We'll do your first 2 for free. After that, you pay 5,000 per month. Anybody interested? It's 5,000. How many patients will you get? Maybe 2, maybe 4, maybe 10. 5,000 times 10, 50K. You pay the salary of one of your healthcare assistants. Anybody interested in that? So you see, when I talk about Whitespace, I'm not saying highfalutin things. They wouldn't do the basics. Speak to our customers. Speak to them. Let's know them. You can also then say, what is my unique selling point? I was listening to an audio on my way for a meeting today. Coming back, going and coming, I was listening to the master of leadership training. He's been teaching leadership for 50 years. He's the best-selling author on leadership. He's written the biggest, in fact, he has sold the most number of books on leadership. Who is that person? Anybody can guess. Somebody wants to win 1,000 naira credit from me today.
John Maxwell.
Anybody? First person?
John Maxwell. John Maxwell.
Hey, some man said it first. Who was the male that said it first?
Larry Richard here.
Larry. Larry, double for you. All right. Please, what are you known for? What is your unique selling point? Who are you in the minds of people? John Maxwell, all the answers in the charts, the voice answers, we know who he is. He's been practicing for 50 years. But from year 5, year 3, he had known all his life that he wanted to do leadership. Intrigued him. When his editor then said, oh, this book, I'm not sure people will buy books of leadership. Just 8% of the population in America will be interested in books of leadership. Maybe you should write about something else. Say he looked at him and he said, but there's nothing else that interests me. All I know and all I want to write about is leadership. So they said, okay, we warned you. Nobody buys books on leadership. Anyway, he's selling millions of books. Then at the time they came again, same guys that didn't learn their lesson. And these books, you're always writing list of. Can't you just write stories, and just weave it in? Say, no, now, I want to write lists because I don't want anybody to be confused of the 4 laws of this, or the 3 this, or the 5 that. I want list. In fact, if I was to write anything about a list about my life, I would say, 1, I write list. So he man knew himself and he writes list. There's a book, best-selling leadership book in the whole world, 21 Laws of Leadership. I'm sure some of you are ready. He knew himself. Do you know yourself? And do people know you for what you know? Please write it down. Write it down. Do you know yourself? And what do people know you for? What's your unique selling point? Are you the pharmacist? Anybody that is taking medication for diabetes knows that if I can get a pharmacist, just review, just talk. You should just talk about medication and diet and drug interaction. That thing they always say. Because these pharmacists, they know a lot too. My daddy that used to take 6 medicine, now he takes 2. Better try and book time. Because from that 2, his libido came back. Something, anything, skin. You partner with a doctor and the doctor knows this is my own area. I diagnose, I find what's wrong, I do that. But go and meet pharmacist so and so. She knows everything you do. She will tell you not to take all these triple acts, all those things. What is your unique selling point? That may be the area, the white space that you should explore. What is your unique selling point that will make 30 people book time with you in a month? In the whole of the North, in the whole of Kaduna, who knows you for a certain expertise that they are queuing up to speak with you? So finding your white space could be from you innovating around your current offerings, a new audience segment, your customer feedback, or even your unique selling point that you lean in and thrust yourself in. When they talk about mental health is increasing, what are you doing? That's my area. Therefore, they will keep coming. How many of us are like that? Some other people say, non-communicable diseases are increasing. Non-communicable diseases are increasing. Some are lamenting. You are saying, well, they should come. Overweight. Oh, steroids. Oh, kidney failure. Oh, come on. What are you thinking of when you see these things? When you see people who have bleached their skin and their skin is now rubbish, what are you thinking of? Are you thinking of repair? I know the skin formula, everything that they should use that will repair their skin over 3 years. So when they sit with me, I have results. I have pictures of before and after, and I have worked with them. The something oil, when we mix it with coconut oil, and then they put so, I have consulted for 10. This is my result, and then more will keep coming. And you are the one that come as a skin pharmacist that helps them to restore their skin when it is damaged from harmful things they are all using up and down on social media. Am I speaking to anybody here? White space isn't someplace far away. In fact, most times somebody is there, but they're probably not handling it. They're not handling it as a business. They're just sharing their expertise, just like that. Nothing really, it's not much. It is much. And you must handle it as it is much. It must be a treasure. It must be a painkiller. It must be something people are looking for as a solution. We can't keep running pharmacy business like it's just a nice to have. You can get your drugs elsewhere. And it's because we're just selling drugs. We're not sellers of drugs. We're experts of medication. I went to speak last week somewhere. They were talking about illicit drugs. And I openly spoke about the fact that no online e-commerce platform should be selling drugs unless it is run by pharmacists. And all the people there came to meet me after, collect my number, this. They were saying, okay, so how should we do it? And now they're saying, what should we do? I said, you guys have no business with drugs. No business. Be selling your shoes, be selling your electronics, be selling clothes and all that. Leave the pharmacy part unless you can vouch for the fact that you've got pharmacists in-house who can say, we take responsibility for this drug. But if you are using all sorts of merchants to sell drugs, that's when illicit drugs will infiltrate e-commerce, and it's because you didn't have pharmacists handling it. The regulators there were just saying yes, yes, yes. People from Thailand, from Korea, from India, from everywhere were in that meeting. A pharmacist came to meet me from South Africa. She said, thank you so much. We've been telling them this thing, telling them they're not listening. That's my own expertise. What is your own area? Are we together? You've called me for a follow-on meeting now. And of course, I'm just traveling up and down. All expenses paid. Thank you very much. So in your Whitespace mapping, you need to look internally, identify your pharmacy's strengths and the potential opportunities and the areas of concern. Let your pharmacy be known, okay, we are into all the general medication, but once it comes to baby and medicines, they come to us. They know. Let your pharmacy be known if that's the potential opportunity in the area you're living in or you're operating from. They know an external focus, direct, towards an existing community or practices. You know, a lot of people take agbo in your area. They're not the one telling them, no, don't take agbo. They're the one guiding them and letting them know, oh, this agbo, yes, but please check the source. I only know 3 authentic agbo makers in this area, and share their contact. Let it be you who is the reference point, so that all those agbo makers that are putting amphetamines and all sorts of things in their agbo will be out. They'll become extinct in your area at least. All together, then look into the future. Look into 5 years from now. There's something I'm looking into now, especially in pharmacy practice, and it's coming from the groanings of you, our clients. I keep hearing about no pharmacists. Pharmacists don't want to work in community. Pharmacists don't want to work in community. We're thinking of a solution. We're thinking in 5 years from now, this thing we're playing with, it will become our whole reality. Many people are finding it. In fact, there are people sponsoring people to leave the country. The Anglophone world will keep coming to take our medical experts. Pharmacists, nurses, doctors, dietitians, everybody, physiotherapists, they are all leaving because we're the ones speaking English. So it won't be difficult to get there and speak English. They are coming here. So in 5 years, what are we going to do? Tell me. Many of you will be retiring by that time. We'll shut down all pharmacies. Have to do something. Have to do something. So think 5 years from now. Think, what is a problem that is small now, but will be big then? They say Nigeria is the 2nd largest consumer, or is it 3rd largest consumer of soft drinks. So what is the problem 7 years from now? What do you see from that small information? Oh, online, that's Instagram and social media, other social media sellers of whitening cream, brightening cream are all just selling a lot of, what's that thing? That thing that makes people bleach. So doctors are crying out. They're seeing children with kidney failure. They are using the cream that their moms are using. Kidney failure, kidney failure. What problem are you seeing? And what opportunity is it opening up for you? Are we together? Hydroquinone, thank you, Kolawole. People were actually arguing with a doctor on Twitter. That you're just, what are you saying? You're just an alarmist. This is the cream I use, though, is working for me. Some people were saying, even the smell, the odor of this cream is horrible. How can anybody use it? But the doctor knew what he was saying. People are arguing. Arguing. The hydroquinone is okay, it's fine. Glutathione. My dear colleagues, these are opportunities waiting for us to step forward and start holding small subject matter expert sessions. If there are 6 of you that are mental health pharmacists, begin to talk amongst yourselves. The country is too big. You can't cover Nigeria. Mental health is a big deal right now. I know the doctors that ran to my medicines during COVID, ran to us. Adebusola, please mute yourself. Who their patients could not afford to miss their prescriptions. Patients could not afford to miss their prescriptions. So they had to quickly come to us to secure the delivery of their medication. How many people are running to you when there's a crisis that, okay, you are the one that is able to sort it out for us? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not teasing you. I'm not trying to, cause you to be upset. I'm trying to say, who are you? Stand up and be counted. Where I went, it was my church, my pastor talking about scaling your business. So we all went and we all listened and we're like, oh, wow. So doctor, everybody was there. And the doctor reached out to me after. She was leaving. I said hello. And she came back, said, oh, thank you so much. Your people sorted me out. I'd even forgotten the process and the transaction. Say your people sorted me out because I was offering home care to somebody. And I said, gosh, I can't go back there because of this medicine. To take it there, it took me 3 hours to get there. But your people did it very well. I'm so impressed. I'm going to be using them on and on. Me, I didn't even know about it. I just knew I connected her with the fulfillment team. But see what she was grappling with. A 3-hour drive to her patient. Now, how many home care doctors should I quickly identify and say, instead of you going into that lungu, just talk to us. That is what our dispatch riders are for. You know some of these doctors. What are you doing to collaborate with them? Emmanuel, Samira, Larry, what are you doing to let them know, don't worry about that last mile fulfillment. I have got you. In this area, my area, don't worry. I am the one in charge here. Thank you so much, Samira. You did home delivery during COVID. Do you know our business from COVID went like this? After COVID went like this. I thought it would go down. No, it went up. So I want to hear that from COVID, we started doing this. Now we have 2 bikes. I want to hear that. I want to hear that we are sustaining our leadership in an area. That's you innovating in a white space and then turning it for business. Turning it for business, for good. It should become a substantive part of your revenue. It gives you a better understanding of your buyers when you begin to think of white space analysis, so that your services are patient-centric. When we did an analysis of the kind of patients we addressed, we saw the top patient where I was surprised. You mean, is these people that buy from us the most? They say, yes, that's okay, so let's do more for them. There's so much more we can do for this group of people. From the data, you can see. You can even see their ages, so you know what channels to use. Is it phone call? Is it home visit? Is it social media? It helps you identify new customers and segments. It helps you to provide increased opportunities for upselling and cross selling. I'm sure all of you have attended our sales training. If you have not, please let Taiwo know, because you must attend our sales optimization training. Upselling and cross-selling must become your lingua. You should know it. You should use the playbook and you should use our skills model. The models are for you to use. We didn't develop those models to consume by ourselves. You must start using them. It should become your way, your method. There's no coach that coaches a winning team that does not have a playbook. What playbook are you running by? What playbook are you using to run your pharmacy? Helps you to make informed decisions on your solutions. So you're actually creating value that when you say book a time in my Calendly, once they go to book, that means there's demand. But until they pay, it's not real economic demand. Let them get there and say, no, I don't value this pharmacist type. No, I just wanted to ask a free question. What's this one that we're paying? Let them walk away. A waste of time. Let them walk away. Too many of us feel, I start charging this charge, even if it's 2,000. It helps you to refine your sales strategy. Please think of the Whitespace as a place of unfulfilled potential. It's like a blank slate. It's something that you should be discussing with your colleagues, your staff, your teammates, whoever is working with you. Begin to think. It's waiting to be colored. It's waiting to be filled up. What white space are you interacting with in pharmacy? I'm going to there. I have just 25 minutes. So I'm going to now go through some that we discovered. Again, I thank Taiwo. Financing of medication. There are some people that what they need is credit. They come to you, you say, we don't give credit. They've gone. Abi? They've gone. That's it. Is that all? They come, they want credit, you don't give credit, they've gone. End of story. But no, it's not end of story. There's a bank saying, if you have patients that want medicine and they can't pay, let them sign up for so. They'll get the medication, we will pay you, we will follow after them and they will be paid. And you're not subscribing all your patients, all your clients, all your customers on that service. You know, with credit, there's a boom in commerce in the more advanced countries. That's why when people are paying with their credit card, they don't think a lot. They don't think a lot. So they sell more when people use credit cards. When you use debit card, they don't want to hear you. Or you'll be stingy with payment. So they made credit so attractive. I'm not saying go and get all your people stuck on credit, but I'm saying there are solutions. It could be white space for you. Issues around corruption, spill free, post-health-seeking behavior. What are you doing to turn it around? There's a low trust index. People don't trust healthcare. When you put someone now in hospital, there are people who come and quickly carry the person. But no. We don't know the bill people will give us at the end of the day. How are they connecting with pharmacists? Do they trust us? Do they still trust us? Infrastructure, data collect. We have huge problems with data collection. I was telling Taiwo yesterday that if I said now that I need 2,000 diabetic patients, want to conduct a study, there's a University of Adamawa that wants to know and publish a paper. Can we, within our network, get 2,000 diabetic patients? First of all, do we have within the whole network? Yes, we have. Because antidiabetics are fast selling in most pharmacies. But do we have the records of these people? And can we even say, will you participate? Clinical trials are coming. Can we be a source of telling people that, do you want to participate in the clinical trial? Because people are looking for such trials. It's a legitimate way of making a few extra bucks, but they're not coming through pharmacies. Or we haven't opened ourselves up for those. Diagnostic testing. The people with diagnostics and all sorts of self-test kits want to work with pharmacies, but they are coming to us one by one. They need to come to us as an aggregation. They need to bring new pharmaceuticals to us. They want to, in fact, the tiredness that they are feeling now, these global pharma companies, their tiredness. I'm beginning to feel their tiredness. They say when they want to penetrate to the last mile, they don't trust the existing distribution systems. They want to get to pharmacies directly, but they don't know how. It's from aggregation. It's from the data we share. It's from us signaling and say, we're here. We're here. We're a network of 100 pharmacies. Want to do something? Talk to us. And you do it with business sense, not for charity. Supply chain and logistics, I love the increase of things happening there. There's so many innovators there. Just last week, or was it this week, another innovator in supply chain raised $4 million so that they can get medication to pharmacies. It's genuine, pharmacies can sell. More innovation. Do you know how many of you in community pharmacy are sitting on practice that can inform new businesses, but all you can see is to have a premises? Does anybody understand what I just said? Some of the insights you have by virtue of practicing is like you've been in a workshop, an incubator workshop, and you've learned 50 things. And then the only way you think to implement is in a community pharmacy premises. Whereas there might be 4 or 5 other ways to implement. Some of you have learned so much in community. So when I hear pharmacists don't want to work in community, I say, they're missing out. They're missing out at the last mile. Solutions that can trigger innovation, can trigger funding, can trigger projects, can trigger non-financing company, what are they called? DFIs, development finance institutions, to come and bring money into projects. And you say you don't want to work in community because they're paying 180 in the hospital and community pharmacies are only paying 130 for a small temporary inconvenience. You are missing out on 5 years of expertise that when they call you, you are the expert. You have hands-on community experience. So when they need you, they will come. But you lost out. You went somewhere else. So there are opportunities, dear colleagues, opportunities. Now is the time for you to begin to think differently. Do not leave this webinar and not think differently. During COVID, like Samira said, she was doing home delivery, but there were so many things that emerged or concretized during COVID. So many. Taiwo, I hope you're going to share this slide with everyone. Consumer mobile apps, health system disease management apps, care team email and text messages. I remember when pharmacists couldn't open their pharmacies, we started to render services to them. I remember Yewande and so on, all of them, offering free consulting services to pharmacists, telling them what they could do. Some, it was us that had to tell them, set up a WhatsApp group. Patients can't come to you, but set up a WhatsApp group so that they can speak on the WhatsApp group and you can bring medicines to them, or you can advise them what to do, and so on and so forth. Web-based program, personal health records, telemedicine and virtual. I hope you know you can hire doctors to do telemedicine for you and you do the medication. Pharmacists. No, I need you to respond to that one. Please, in the chat. Aboma, I hope you know you can hire doctors to work for you. Dr. Kafo, I hope you know you can hire doctors to work for you. Anthony, I hope you know.
I've answered, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm reading it. I'm saying it again. You know, my people will say, how many times did I call you? Agboma, Agboma, Agboma.
3 times.
3 times. I don't understand how pharmacists, we feel, that we shrink. Doctors can work for us. They don't have to come and stay in our pharmacies. If PCN says they shouldn't stay in our pharmacies, but they can be where they are, and we're working together. They're rendering telemedicine services all over the world now. But your own pharmacy is the brick and mortar. While they are offering this, your pharmacy is the brick and mortar. Someone says they may not agree. Madam, you're not speaking to doctors. I'm in groups with doctors. They will agree. Their pay is small, it's tiny. While they are preparing to go abroad, hire one for 3 months. When he's going, he'll bring his friend. Hire them, let them do service for you. For every service, you pay them. For every service, you pay them. You hired optometrists. You hire them, they'll do the service, they go. How much do you pay per day? They need to work. They need work. They need work. Get ready for your pharmacy to be relevant when clinical trials start. The FDA over there has told them that their drugs must have been tested in a diverse community. All of them were saying diverse. Also, they were doing tests amongst lesbians, LGBTQ. And so they said, no, diverse, meaning Africans and Blacks must be represented in the trials you have done. So now those pharma companies are now coming to come and do trials. Trials that people have been begging them, come and do trials in Africa. Come and do trials in Africa. Your medication is not suited for Africans. Come and do. Now they have to come and do. Is your pharmacy going to be relevant? Are you going to be one of the points? Say, I can bring you 25 people ready, properly signed, properly tutored, properly sensitized to participate in the clinical trials. I want to come and do the clinical trials in Enugu. Is your pharmacy going to be one? These are things we should get ready for. It's not when the opportunity comes that you start getting ready. It's too late. You keep your candle with oil ahead of the time. Keep your candle with oil, please. I beg of you. All these things have been happening. There are trends now. Somebody reached out to me. She's based in Belgium. She's a nurse, so she's doing fantastic, innovative stuff. And she said, Abimbola, do you do 3D printing of drugs now? And I remember t-shirts we printed for one event, nanotechnology, 3D printing, something. I said, we're not doing, but if it's happening, let me know. I was just trying to speak to the future with those t-shirts, but apparently it's happening already. 3D printing, especially for personal medicine. And you know money is chasing personal medicine now. People are now thinking and talking about personal medicine, meaning they are doing the treatment, everything for the person because that person's DNA is different. And we're having some uptake in some more advanced worlds. We are still grappling with general masses. But what if DNA testing and personalization of treatment comes? Which pharmacy will be said, I do personal medicine? That when you 3D print the drug, all those side effects would have been eliminated because of the content. Am I speaking to anybody about 3D printing? We'll move on. Genetic treatment. Smart hospitals, they need pharmacists. Robotics, they will need pharmacists. Digital prescription, we should be there. The software you are using should be able to plug into third-party software using API so that you're not taking everybody's software. And that's the software we are bringing, that your software can plug in with all these innovative solution providers. That's what you should be looking out for. Because financial data, people want to integrate finance with healthcare. Social want to integrate with healthcare. Consumer business wants to integrate with healthcare. Home, they want to integrate with healthcare. Everybody wants to integrate with healthcare. They want to say, let it be seamless, that the same way you bank with us, you can pay for your healthcare, and sooner we can put you on a health insurance plan, sooner or later. That's what is going on. We must be involved. Other people are seeing our sector with beautiful eyes. Forgive me when I show this kind of picture. But some people are saying the pessimistic view is that, the pharma diseases that will trigger growth it won't grow a lot. It will just grow by 8%. But the optimistic view is that those diseases will be so many, so prevalent, that the market will grow by 11%. Can you imagine what they are calling pessimistic view and optimistic view? If we hear it, we say, these people are wicked. They want people to be ill. No, they don't want people to be ill. They are seeing that people are ill and they are anticipating growth. And they're saying, based on this, the market is going to grow. It is going to contribute X, Y, Z. Are you reading these studies? Are you subscribing to where you can read these studies? Are you attending these seminars with your ears open to such information? If they say non-communicable diseases are growing, how will I be a part of the solution providers? So please prepare ahead. Retail sector is fragmented right now. We must consolidate it. It's largely undeveloped. Let us develop it. I told you we do my pharmacy growth hub. There's nobody that should be on this call that shouldn't be asking Taiwo, how can I join the growth hub? Nobody here. You should be on that growth hub. It is set up for you. Because not many programs are set up for pharmacies. They can just have general one and say, come and attend. Just like we cultivated PLSP for pharmacies. That's the Pharmacist Leadership Stimulant Program. We did it for pharmacists to stimulate them in the path of leadership. Even the curriculum there, we need to go and meet it again and tweak it. We've done it since, this is the 5th year running. We're also cultivating content for pharmacy practice, for community pharmacy practitioners, for you, the owners, for your staff, for anyone working with you. That's how sectors grow. That's when people will stop saying we're largely underdeveloped, and they will hear us speak. The kind of money they are bringing into pharmacies now, we won't take the rubbish money because our rate of growth is not fast enough to pay back those loans. We will default. Some people are taking the money and now can't pay back. Banks are looking for how to give you 10 million naira, and you are taking it, but your sale is no more than 1 million or 1.5 million, and you're taking such loans. Be careful. At what rate? And it's a floating rate. So they give it to you at 18, but they say it's floating. The day it goes to 26, they will come for their money. So we must take capital that is suited for us, by us, for us. Inventory management should be well done. You shouldn't be overstocking your pharmacy and then understocking it. This is the same story I've been saying since 2017. I can't change it because it's the reality. We must get inventory management done well, and we can't do it without some analytics. Those analytics will come when we share software. All of us are on one, not integrated, not talking. So you are there in Abule Egba. You don't know what another pharmacy in Abule Egba is doing. But all of us in Abule Egba should be on the similar software so that we can even compare, we can do some analysis. The way branches of a bank can all have monthly review meetings, and they can say, how are you doing compared to this other branch? So nobody is telling you location, this location. Customers are not coming. But this one, patients are going there. Why are they going there? But we don't have such comparative data because we're all standalone. Standalone. Too much standalone is causing us to not grow. And then people are afraid. Please don't be afraid. I'm finishing, I'm ending now. Don't be afraid. Open up, loosen up. Schedule sessions, coaching sessions. Pay for it. Pay 30,000 for one person's time. Let the person guide you. There are people on this call now who should have become coaches. They should be coaching other pharmacy owners. And you should be paying their time for their time. You should schedule time with Madam Ogiven and say, Ma, I want to see how you are running such a big pharmacy over there in Benin. I want to learn. And you schedule and pay for her time. This is the kind of thing we should be doing. That's when an industry is growing. That's when you know that an industry is growing. So please, our behavior in seeking professional help is too poor. It cannot grow us. We should Absorb this thing. Some people say, but we can't pay for it. Then your business has to pay for it. And but the business is barely paying salaries. Then you have to recapitalize. You have to. So many of us are managing small capital. The business is suffering, and you are suffering, and your staff are suffering, your customers are suffering. You need to recapitalize. These are some of the things we talk about on the growth hub. So please think how else. Think what else should I be doing? As Whitespace have not yet explored, when else? We couldn't get to it at the last team meeting. Maybe we should have another team meeting, but maybe we should do a retreat. Maybe we should say to customers, oh, on Saturday we're going to close earlier, we're going for retreat, and shut the pharmacy from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Go somewhere and think. Sometimes the result of that thinking will give you more benefit than the 4 hours that you shut the pharmacy for. In conclusion, when our software comes out, make sure you're subscribing to it. It's called Advantage. It's the pharmacy management software. We didn't build off-the-shelf software. We build software for pharmacies. We've learned all your procurement, logistics, inventory management, your people management, your sales optimization, your after sales. We've learned all that processes, and we're going to build a software for you. Join the Pharmacy Growth Hub, my Pharmacy Growth Hub. Then subscribe to the pharmacy. You know that I can't talk more than I've talked. You need it. Don't work alone. Accelerate your pharmacy's growth. And that's what we're all about. As John Maxwell said, see more and see before. Don't be catching up when everybody else has seen it. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take questions. Let me quickly look at the chat. Any questions?
Fantastic, so good. Thank you so much, Ma. I believe that we have judged, right? Just to be excited there, present in Nigeria and even globally. I hope that we'll now begin to take. There are loads of takeaways for students. This is helping you to have a practice is so that you can begin to launch into the field. Started a pharmacy, and you can begin to see and stop limiting yourself to school. And you've been practicing for
I have a challenge. I can't hear you clearly. I don't know if I'm the only one having challenge hearing.
Whatever. Now you can see that what as a profession. Oh, okay. I'm not sure why that is so. Is it better now?
Hello, Taiwo, your voice is breaking.
Is it better now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, well, maybe if you continue, but I was wondering if you would like to.
Oh, okay, maybe it's my network. Apologies for that.
Go on now.
Okay, let me see.
Go on.
Go on. It's breaking. You and then maybe you continue.
All right, man. Thank you very much for this eye-opening session. The comment session is blazing us with, the challenge that you have put to us in the pharmacy profession. Thank you so much for always shedding light. Thank you so much for always opening our hearts and our eyes to the opportunities that await us. And I would like to tell everyone on this call that we have so many things in store for you. For the past 6 weeks, we've been engaging certain pharmacists in our network, engaging them in project assignments, to upscale their pharmacies. And I can tell you that majority of them have great things to show for it, even in a short time. So Taiwo already put in the chat box the link to join the Growth Hub. And if you need further assistance in, bringing all this inspiration that Abimbola has shared into reality in your pharmacy, please send us a message in the on the phone number that Taiwo has shared in the chat box, and please click on the link to join the Growth Hub. There's so many great things that we want to do with pharmacists. So it's time for us to collaborate. It's time for us to take the place. Africa needs us. I told one of our colleagues on Thursday that a community pharmacy can actually operate without a doctor, but you cannot operate an hospital without a pharmacist. So this only shows how integral we are to the well-being of the patient, to the well-being of the last mile person in the community. So please be part of what we're doing, and let us take this profession, this sector, to the next level. Let us put this sector on the map of Africa and also in the map on the world, so that they can know the great things that we are doing and the great things that we are capable of doing. We hope to see you in our network, in our community, and to work together with you all. Thank you so much, Abimbola. You're always a blessing. You're always an eye-opener. Thank you, Taiwo, also for putting this together. See you in the org. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Yewande. I think that this is a good time to take questions. So if you've got, apologies, network. So yes, I know that we've learned a lot. Now is a good time to share. What are your key takeaways? What are you going to do? It's not enough to hear all of these things and be gingered, right? You're going to be constipated from knowledge overdose. Key takeaways for you. What are the 1, 2, 3 things you're going to do after this session? Please share. You can unmute yourself. Let's hear from you, and so that others can also learn from you. What are you going to do better going forward? Or what are you going to start doing going forward? And if you've got questions, let's hear from you. Feedback is key. She's going to start taking customer feedback more seriously. That's good. Very. Or you can unmute yourself. Let's hear from you. Now, okay, I see Pharm Abimbola. Thank you very much, Ma. It has really been a very detailed. Good. So good to see that, sir. Okay. Into the world that the first thing she's going to do next month is customer feedback. Wonderful. I'll hold you accountable, Ma. Pharm Abimbola is asking how soon the software will be out.
So
hopefully,
just to answer that question, we're sharing the information about the software on the Growth Hub. Please check on the Growth Hub. We'll let you know the progress. When there's even time for user testing, that's UAT, we'd love to know how many of you would want to participate. So it's being developed right now. We'll soon come out with the beta form, and would love you to be a part of it. That's just to answer the question. It's in a case of 2-3 months. 2-3 months for that testing.
All right. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. So let's get.
May I volunteer you, Taiwo, to please build a sample customer feedback survey?
Okay.
And share with members of the Growth Hub.
Okay, you mean for pharmacies to their patients?
To administer to their patients, yes.
Okay, all right.
We actually have one, so I'll just share with you.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Yewande. All right, so let's hear from us. I want to hear from more people. Key takeaways, your key takeaways. What is that one thing you're going to do better going from here? What's that one thing you're going to stop doing or start doing based on all that you have heard so far? Because the goal is to begin to see overall improvement in our practice. All right, so let's hear from us. Maybe I should call a few more people to share their takeaways with us. You are a two-time prize winner in today's masterclass.
Taiwo, your network again. Can you hear us?
Oh my. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I can hear you now.
Are the key takeaways from you? Oh, Samira wants to speak. All right.
No.
From you, feedback from you, key takeaways from you.
Pharm Abimbola said she's going to shut down for a few hours to brainstorm. That hits home. Taking time to zoom out. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
But let your customers know. Let them know ahead. Put the signboard. Put it out that we're going to shut down for a few hours. So don't just suddenly disappear and then lose patience.
Yeah.
Right.
Tega, taking time to zoom out. Key for him. Good. It's not a fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. So I have shared in the comment section how you can be a part of the Growth Hub. All you have to do is to fill the. It's primarily for pharmacy owners and pharmacy managers because we believe they will be able to take key actions for the joining the Growth Hub. Kindly fill the form. We are currently running the first cohort of for pharmacy owners and managers, and it has been intensive, interesting, and highly rewarding for the cohort soon. So if you would like to be a part of it, please join and ensure that you're Larry Shadia, good feedback from you. The session has been a huge eye-opener into many untapped areas of so good to get that feedback from you. So good. Thank you so much, everyone. Our joy really is to see community pharmacy transformed. It's to see community pharmacy become practiced in an unconventional way that advances patient care and of the pharmacy, so that you as a pharmacy owner, the pharmacy manager, or even a pharmacist working in the pharmacy can enjoy the work and you love the impact that it is making. Thank you so much, everyone. You can be a part of from one-on-one business consultations for pharmacy owners, pharmacy managers, someone who is maybe starting and you want clarity on the right way to go. You can always reach out to our team. If you would like us to facilitate sales playbook for your pharmacy staff so that they understand how right maximize every opportunity with every patient, you can reach out to our team, facilitate such trainings for your pharmacy staff. You have my phone number. You can always through our email. And Pharm Abimbola just shared a survey on the chat. Access Africa to design solutions for community pharmacies. I would like to hear to work with you to be able to design such solutions to help you. Our joy is to help you grow. It's to help you accelerate your impact. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined today's session. I believe that you had a worthwhile use of your time. Email, and if you're already in the Growth Hub, we'll definitely be speaking to your weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.